Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They go play action here on first down. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there right off the bat. It would appear these guys aren't fooling around. A big play on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, last night at our meeting, you said you thought that they would test the secondary early. But I don't know if you meant it on the second play of the game. I thought you meant, as we get into it a little bit, they decide to just come right out swinging.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 20 carries, 109 yards. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. The numbers a week ago for Henderson. 15 carries, 53 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's a pretty good success. And we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Henderson now on 1st and 10. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And how'd you like to...
Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's just got to be thinking, I hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. Very first pass of the afternoon picked.
And where do you go from here? Because when you start that way, do you allow that to seep into you and stay with you the rest of the game? Or do you find a way out of it? We're going to find out.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So a play fake here on first down. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Watson now to throw. He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked, and there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's
touchdown! Tim Patrick, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. Looking sideline, incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now it's Watson. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and he makes the score 28-0. So that drive at 4 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Watson. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there, maybe can get the...
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Henderson will try to run for the first. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on third and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on third down.
A give for Henderson running to the right. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Sutton. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Again, it's Harris on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play.
but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On second down, it's Harris. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with third down upcoming. He'll look to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Tim Patrick, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And a run is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
On second down, back to Henderson.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the now a hit and a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown.
But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just open for number 4. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll set up to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Outright, this one goes to Patrick.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, They might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
That catch good for only a couple.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one. Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with a big...
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Tim Patrick on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one. Boswell good with the extra point. And the rally's on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete into the hands of Myers. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in the field goal range now at the 27-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. Boswell's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
So not the greatest of first halves for him, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. A good run there to start the drive. 13 yards, first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before the break. Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So and just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Here's 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run again with Harris. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that would extend this big lead.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. That is incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage, but in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. A throw left side to start out, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll look to throw here. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Touchdown! Juju Smith-Schuster with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is a team game, one of the best team games that's out there. For right,
he's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Tim Patrick, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive by a time of 6 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column, but as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Back to throw here. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's another carry for Harris. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Chase Claypool,
31 yards.
And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will extend this big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Houston's offense taking over again.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Open man right side, Myers. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To the air yet again, Watson.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
And now here is another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over
at their own 41.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
What's the deal, y'all?
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Pittsburgh,